Hi, my name is Steve D'Souza. I'm a professional numismatic. Been collecting for almost 20 years, and I've just put a short display of my collection in Numisbing, just to celebrate the National Day. UAE has been home to me for all my life, so just proud to be part of UAE, and just to thank UAE for what they have done to me and my family as well. So what I've displayed here is the entire National Day related items, whether it's coins, stamps, and banknotes. Just to give you a glimpse, this is one of the first UAE gold coins, which is on behalf of His Highness Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan. So it's a gold coin, the first gold coin of UAE, which is the highest graded in the world as well. And that used to come in a old Troshal box, which was the old logo of the UAE, which I'll explain later on as well, which was the UAE currency board. And then just short synopsis of all the stamps depicting on each year UAE celebrated their National Day, coming to the 15th anniversary where they had the medal of the UAE, with all the 7 rulers handshake to show that it's one country, and that's how the union came on as well. Uh, this is one of our key treasures of mine, which is first 3D medal of His Highness Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, which I'm proud to have in my collection. And the best find is the 25th anniversary, where this was presented to key dignitaries, which I've just possessed recently, and I think is one of the best medals in my collection of all my life. I've never seen such a beautiful medal of Sheikh Zayed. So this just covers the entire UAE in terms of the each years that they celebrated. And this is a coffee pot which was introduced in 1982, which was unissued. The latest one came out in 1998. So from 1982 till date, till 1998, there was no coffee pot introduced. So this was an unissued 1,000 dirhams with the coffee pot, which is very unique and hard to get nowadays. The other thing what I like is the way the UAE has made the medals, especially with the UAE Armed Forces. These are quite rare and difficult to get. Very detailed, highly covering Abu Dhabi and the entire UAE as well. So I love to treasure this, and there's a lot of good stories behind it as well. There's a recent one just introduced yesterday. Today was the commemoration day, so this was introduced by the central bank yesterday. So I was lucky to manage to get one of those coins. Truly a magnificent coin. 3 soldiers, obviously holding the UAE flag, and it's a wonderful piece of art as well. So I'm happy to get this yesterday from the central bank. And there's a couple of rare challenge coins which I also collect of UAE. So anything UAE related, I try to collect. This is an MSG coin issued out in 2014, which just shows a UAE national holding the falcon, which is the national bird. So very difficult to get these ones as well, and I'm proud to keep this in my collection. I've also specialized in Trucial coins of the UAE. So before the union was formed, there was coins made by 5 emirates, which is Ajman. Then you go and move over to Sharjah. You got Ajman, a complete series, what they used to collect, and they used to focus on key milestones happening during that particular era in the 1969s and 70s. And then you have the Russell Kim edition, where Champions of Sport was also introduced. So there was a couple of coins which had the Champions of Sport made. And then you had Al Queen as well, which was the last of one of the rarest series of the Trucial era, which covers the Cannon, the Gazelle, and the Abu Simbel. Most of these coins used to come in wallets, which was quite old. I'll just give you a short idea of how the wallet looked like as well. For example, this one's from Queen, and this basically just tells you a certificate of with the Queen flag that time. So these are hard to get now these days, and which I try to treasure and keep. And there's a different series which is gold and silver. And the best thing is in all of these coins, for every coin that you see, you'll, for example, see a Fujairah, and when you look at it, it's just a standard wallet which looks quite old. But they used to keep the coin in this and then give it for people to collect during that era. So it becomes a good display for people to, treasure. And it has a big history of these coins. What we also will discuss is, this is one of the from a postal stamp history of UAE. This is the Dubai. I'll just show it to you. It's just something that I really love to share with people. So His Highness Sheikh Rashid. This was the postal coins that was issued on a wallet, which is very difficult to get as well. But nevertheless, it's something that philatelists will treasure to keep as well. I've just kept certain books depicting of UAE, which talks about the vision, especially His Highness Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. This is one of the treasures that I like to keep, is to understand how UAE became a success, and history plays a role in all the success as well. So from the day UAE started back in 1971 till what they have achieved till date is tremendous, and I'm very fortunate to be part of this country to see that changes. People say, oh, you must have seen the entire world change, and I've seen, if you're just in Dubai, you can see the entire world change. It was unbelievable to be part of this. Having more over there, I've also collected a couple of stamps, which is the first round stamps in the world, which was Tonga, and then that was followed by Sharjah, following the same concept, and then they made round stamps for Sharjah as well. And Qatar also had a couple of round stamps. So I try to get the entire series, but I'm still looking out for the remaining of those coins. What I've displayed in this in Numisbing is also the notes of UAE. So they introduced notes in the 1970s, early 1970s, which was the UAE currency board, as you can see, and surprisingly they had the 1 dirham as a note. Not many people know the 1 dirham came in as a note. And when you talk about it to some of the locals, they are pretty surprised, and they said, no, I need to see to believe it. And this is something that I want to show people as well, that 1 dirham was actually a note introduced earlier. And then you had the 5 dirham series, the 10, the 50, and the 100. And then after that, in 1976, they issued the 1000, which was holding ground right up till 1982. After 1982, they introduced the Central Bank of UAE, and that's where all this entire family series changed from UAE Currency Board to UAE Central Bank. So I've tried collecting entire notes from the UAE Currency Board till date, whatever is issued by the UAE Central Bank as well. So this is just some of my collection I've displayed here in Numisbing, and now I'll actually move over to Ram, who will talk more about the Indian side of the notes and a couple of history behind the demonetization which has happened recently in India as well.
Hi, this is Ram Kumar. I founded this company Numisbing in 2012, and here some of my collection of Indian notes are displayed. And now we are talking about demonetization in past 2 weeks, which is becoming a hot topic. And here are some of the old demonetized note. This is a 10,000 rupees note, which was in circulation from 1949 till 1978. This is a 1,000 rupees note, which was circulated in the same period and demonetized. And these are the 1,000 rupees notes of King George V and King George VI, which was demonetized in 1946. And in general, what you see here, all are 1,000 rupees notes, which is pretty big in size. And this is how it was used, most likely folded into 4 pieces and kept in their wallet. And here are some of the collections of old Indian notes. And in speciality, I would like to talk a little more about this note. This is the oldest surviving Indian note, which was issued by Bank of Bengal. The denomination is 250 rupees, dated way back September 1812, which is more than 200 years. And you can see so many King George V and King George VI notes here. These are British period before independence. And when you come here, these are the after independence notes, which was issued in 1950s, 60s, and 70s with all fancy numbers like all 2, all 5, all 6, all 4, which holds a good numismatic value nowadays.
So in general, if you want to see some of our collections, we have displayed here this in Numisbing, along with Ram's collection, just to share to the public what is there for numismatics, as well as it gives you an insight of the history of UAE. So the location of Numisbing is it's in Deira. It's in Doha Center building on the first floor, and the collection will be just displayed for probably a month from now, just for y'all to have a look at what's the inside of UAE as well. And there's a couple of other treasures in this facility as well. Truly a remarkable area for collectors to come in and have a look. So please feel free and join in.
And the office is open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. All the day. So you people are welcome, and there is no entry fees for this. Thank you very much.